Honestly, if you asked me like 4 months ago, I never thought episode 9 of The Amazing Digital Circus would be shown in theaters as an actual movie. This is truly a great thing for the field of indie animation that Glitch, even as a studio, is able to show their final episode for one of their most popular show in theaters. It's truly magnificent. This is something that we've not truly seen before. But the way Glitch is releasing this 2 weeks early is kind of the issue. And let's talk about it. Hello everyone, this is Panzer. We're going to talk about my thoughts on episode 9 being a movie and everything. And this is completely unscripted, so I'm just going to speak from what I truly feel like. I was waiting for Glitch to give us a response to everything, and they've given us a response. Oversimplifying it, they've been trying to work their best to get into as many theaters, and they're encouraging people, hey, go send out an email to your local theater. So if you genuinely want to see this, please do that if possible. Let's actually go to the rest of the message. They talked about how they had to convince theaters from, instead of being 1 month before episode 9, the movie gets released, to make it 2 weeks, because they didn't want it to be this long of a gap and just a paywall. But this is the issue. If you had planned this properly, if it was 1 week, I think a lot of people would understand if it was a 1 week thing. The fact that it's 2 weeks, and the fact that we live in such a digital world where everything happens, like for example, creators like me, Lund, and others, like Vanity Mouth and Cosmify and Blankerdang, we all are going to talk about this. And some of us will be able to watch early, others will not. And we need to make content, so that's how we're going to make content on stuff. But people are going to eventually see the thumbnails and everything, and they're going to see all these things. The truth is, no one can stay off social media for 2 weeks. People will go on Reddit, people will go on Tumblr, people will go on Twitter. It will be hard to avoid spoilers for 2 weeks. And that's something that I just simply don't like for this. Is the fact of, you've been giving everyone free stuff, and everyone was under the assumption since the Netflix deal, hey, it's going to be released alongside. YouTube will be the first ones to get it. And then you do this. I'll throw a little question to this in the end, but let's go to the next point. The amount of theaters you're releasing it to. Now folks, I live in a city of 150,000 people roughly. There's more people here in the greater Sacramento region. There's technically millions, but from where I live, there's like around a couple 100,000. There are 3 theaters. When this was announced day 1, they had 4 showings for 4 days, but 1 time slot. Now they made it like 6 slots, 8 slots. They're all sold out. So not only did you make it so theaters were just immediately sold out, but I have friends in other countries who cannot see this, and many Europeans are unable to see the movie because their theaters are simply not able to show this, or they don't want to show it. And this kind of pisses me off, because if you truly were planning on releasing this as a movie, you should have done more research, you should have done more stuff into trying to release this into more theaters. The only places that are getting this is Latin America, the US, and Canada. I think there's one other place that I'm currently not remembering. Not even Australia, where Glitch is located and their headquarters is in, is getting it as of now. And genuinely, that was something that Glitch should not have oversight on. They should try to do their best on getting as many more theaters before they make this announcement and everything. And let's move on to the final thing. Folks, I bought a ticket, okay? I have the ability where I can buy a ticket. I have the time to go. I'm going to go on the first day of June 4th. I paid $18. I live in California. That's pretty expensive for a movie ticket. And genuinely putting it behind a paywall feels pretty scummy to do. Like, I understand, hey, movies are an experience and everything, but still, for a show that all of us have watched for free, the fact that some of us had to pay for it to watch it 2 weeks early to avoid spoilers is kind of scummy. So, those are my thoughts on it. I genuinely hope, hey, could Glitch use this as a learning experience of what to not do next time? And this could kind of ruin some of the hype behind episode 9. There's not going to be as much hype around it, and I think the YouTube premiere is going to suffer. Everything's just going to suffer in general. But hey, it's not looking good for Glitch. I hope they can learn from this. I hope they can reflect on this and learn what they can do better next time, because they're truly a great studio, but they made some terrible mistakes that they should probably try to fix on if they can. And my other question is this is not something that I'm 100% sure on. My question is, whose idea was it to make it a movie? Was it Goose's idea? Was it Glitch's idea? Was it both their ideas? Like, whose idea was it, and when was this planned? Because it feels like it was planned very last minute by the way they've been getting everything done and just releasing it all of a sudden like this. But hey, those are my thoughts. I'm just gonna say this, I'm most likely gonna watch it early. Will I make a video on the channel? Maybe between the 2-week period. I'm probably gonna have something recorded and then have it released the day that the pilot actually releases and everything, because not the pilot, the day that the episode actually releases, because I can't get B-roll. That's the thing with movies, unless if I want to commit a federal crime and pay like $125,000 in fines, which FBI don't want to pay you that much, but you'll know. Hey, remember folks, like, subscribe, comment down below, give me your thoughts, give me what you're thinking of this entire situation, because this completely baffles me. But hey, just give me your thoughts down below. I'll see you all next time. My murder video should be out. This is completely unscripted, so let me get this done. Pans are out, folks.